Hey everyone! Tonight I want to tell you a story that starts with humiliation and ends with a mic drop no one saw coming. It was a cloudy Saturday morning at Westfield Galleria, one of the largest and most upscale malls in the region. You know the kind. Marble floors, high-end stores, valet parking, and security guards who act like they're protecting national treasure. And that's where she walked in. A black woman in her late 30s, no makeup, hair tied up, a plain hoodie, yoga pants, and sneakers that had clearly seen better days. She carried no bags, no designer purse. Just her phone in one hand and a reusable cup of coffee in the other. Her name was Maya Ellis. To most people, she looked like someone killing time. Or worse, someone who didn't belong. And to one particular mall security guard, an older white man with a mustache and a walkie-talkie on his chest, she looked like a problem. He stopped her. "Excuse me, miss, you lost." She blinked. "No, I'm good." He didn't move. Just so you know, we don't allow loitering or window shopping before store hours. This isn't a public park." Maya raised an eyebrow. "I'm not loitering." He gave her a once-over, his eyes landing on her shoes. "Right. Still, we've had some incidents lately. Just doing my job." She smiled. It wasn't a kind smile. It was the kind that hides a storm behind it. "I understand," she said calmly. "Can I ask your name?" He hesitated. "Officer Brent?" "Thanks, Officer Brent. Have a good morning." And she walked off. Past Gucci, past Tiffany's, past a cluster of staff preparing a welcome display. But what no one knew, what Brent definitely didn't know, was that Maya Ellis wasn't just there to shop. She wasn't there to browse. She was there for the final site review. Because she had just acquired a controlling stake in the mall. That's right. The woman in the hoodie? She owned the place. And what happened next? Let's just say Officer Brent was about to learn that wealth doesn't always wear heels and pearls. Sometimes it walks in wearing sneakers and changes everything. The rest of the morning unfolded with clockwork precision. Maya moved through the mall like she'd done it 1,000 times before. Calm, observing. She visited every floor, taking notes on foot traffic, signage, staff behavior. To anyone watching, she still looked like a casual browser. And that's exactly what she wanted. At 10 a.m., the mall opened. The lights brightened, music played, storefronts flung open their glass doors, and clerks switched from yawning to sales smiling. Maya walked into one of the anchor stores, an upscale department chain. She asked to see the manager. A tall man in a suit approached. "Can I help you find something, ma'am?" She nodded. "Yes, I'd like to speak with you privately, please." He hesitated, gave her the up-down, then led her to a small office behind the cash wrap. 10 minutes later, he emerged, looking like he'd seen a ghost. By noon, word had started to spread. Something was happening. A few assistant managers had received meeting invites marked, "Mandatory? New ownership briefing." Security chatter picked up over walkie-talkies. Officer Brent was back at his post, sipping a soda and chuckling about how he handled the situation that morning, until his earpiece crackled. "All security report to conference room 3B now." He blinked. "All of us? Now." Brent arrived to find Maya already seated at the head of the table. In front of her, folders, contracts, names. She didn't stand. She didn't raise her voice. She just looked him in the eye. "Officer Brent," she said, "let me reintroduce myself. I'm Maya Ellis. As of 48 hours ago, I own majority interest in this mall. That means everything that happens here runs through me." The room went still. She continued. "This morning, you approached me. You questioned my presence, made assumptions based on my appearance, and you made it clear, very clear, that people who don't look the part aren't welcome." Brent tried to speak. She held up a hand. "I'm not here to punish. I'm here to reset. Starting today, this mall is being restructured. New leadership protocols, staff retraining, customer experience audits, and yes, accountability reviews." She leaned forward. "And Brent, you're lucky I believe in second chances, because if I didn't, well, this would be a much shorter meeting." He swallowed hard. Maya passed around packets. You'll each find your revised roles, responsibilities, and our new community-first policy. Our goal is not just profit, it's dignity. From now on, we treat every guest like they belong, because they do, until they don't. No one said a word. She smiled. Dismissed. As they filed out, stunned and silent, Brent paused at the door. He turned, eyes lowered. I didn't know. Maya looked at him. Her tone didn't waver. That's exactly the problem. And just like that, she was alone again, calm, in control. Because power doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it comes with silence and a signed check. By Monday morning, the transformation had already begun. Posters went up around the mall. New ownership. New vision. Every voice matters. Employees returned to work to find welcome kits waiting at their stations. Inside, a letter from Maya, a new dress code focused on professionalism over flash, and a simple pin that read, kindness first. But it wasn't just marketing fluff. The customer service desk was now staffed by a bilingual team trained in conflict de-escalation. The food court implemented a free meal program for mall employees. And Maya, she was everywhere, walking the halls, chatting with janitors, asking baristas how they liked the new break policies. And then came the town hall. Every tenant, employee, and department head was invited. They gathered in the event space next to the indoor fountain, expecting a quick policy update. Instead, Maya took the stage. She didn't stand behind a podium. She stood in the center, among them. I'm not here to lecture you, she began. I'm here because I've been where many of you are, looked at sideways, spoken down to, told I didn't belong. Her voice was steady, clear. The room leaned in. Wealth doesn't always wear diamonds, and leadership doesn't always walk in with a briefcase. Sometimes she walks in wearing sneakers, sipping coffee, and taking notes on who treats her like she matters. A few people glanced at Brent, who sat frozen in the back. Maya continued. This mall will be profitable, but it will also be proud. We will serve our guests with dignity, not just when they pull up in luxury cars, but when they walk in quietly, maybe just looking for warmth, safety, or a moment of peace. The applause was instant, real. Employees who'd once felt invisible now saw a path to being seen. As the crowd dispersed, Brent approached her. No walkie-talkie, no uniform, just a man, changed. I've been reviewing myself, he said softly, and I was wrong. Maya looked at him. I don't need an apology, she said. I need growth. That's how we move forward. He nodded, grateful, humbled. That afternoon, Maya returned to her office on the top floor. It wasn't lavish, no leather couches or gold plaques. Just a corkboard covered in handwritten suggestions from employees, and a framed quote that read, Wealth is not loud, but it listens. Because in the end, they thought she was too broke to shop. Until she bought the whole mall and rewrote the rules. Good night.